got ourselves Saya charging out versus Rick, dude. These two needed a 1v1 here. Blessing is sank really early. Saya trying to see if he can disrupt any axe tosses. Is going to go for Spell Warden super early on. He is going to be able to stop a lot of that magic damage, but the Tyrant ain't that scary. The imps are not scary. The triple Gloomhound, Charhound, and Vile Feeder is going to be scary. And they're going to do physical damage. Well, partially fire and shadow as well, but a lot of that physical is going to be the Spell Warden falling off Rick. Get himself a full lineup of demons, Gloomhound, Doom Lord. So that's going to be a lot of damage pelting down Saya with axe tosses to lock him down, with fears pushing him back away towards the other side of the pillar. He does get himself a Dawn Light, but he's going to need that Holy Light lay on hands in order to keep himself afloat. Yet another pet joins in. That's just a lot of free damage. I mean, if Saya doesn't avoid the Doom Lord, he's going to take a lot of free hits, and that thing does do a decent bit of damage. It is solid. It's got a good position. Look at that thing raining shadow bolts on Saya. Mortal to follow. Does get juked. Bubble right after. Rick just got to live. Rick just got to live. This is the last bastion of defense for Saya. Could be actually in a lot of trouble. Does set up a gateway. Looking for a quick fear. Does get super low in health. Does he have any way to live this right now? I think he just might die here. Hold on. Dawn Light. Oh, the light is with Saya. Does land the kill with a bubble. All he needed, just to send everything in, let the dots rot him. Rick technically did have a wall, but I don't really know if a wall would have stopped a lot of that rot damage though, right? Unless you have like some kind of, unless Warlocks have a talent where they overrun PvP talent, like while wall is up you heal. Oh, that's a full burst of the Saya. He does survive and Chill Event to keep him alive. Does have Dawn Light he can use defensively. And with wings, oh wait, he's a holy, oh! Just turning around versus Meese. Holy! I think Meese will just try to send every global offensively, thinking like, okay, this is it. I gotta end them. I gotta take him out right here, right now. You just have to send everything. I think a block would probably be like a safer play, but I probably felt like, you know what? If I block right now, I'll lose momentum. I just gotta push. This is an opportunity. I have to risk it. And sometimes you gotta risk it, man. Sometimes you gotta risk it. Because if you block, like, it's not like you have damage that continues to hit Saya. Like, you can't drop a meteor down on block, and then Saya still gets hit. Like, if you block, all your damage just stops. And Saya goes in for recovery, most likely. The full burst out for Sham, leap it over to Saya, who's just looking to back himself out of that situation as soon as possible. Sham looking to catch up to him. He just needs to get close enough. That Dawn Light is hurting him quite a decent bit, though. The damage buffs towards the Herald of the Sun, by the way. Those are in this week, aren't they? Those are pretty good. Actually, a decent bit of damage. Hold on, I gotta look at the actual patch notes to see how good this is now. Saya does not have a Blessing of Spell Warden or Bubble. Maybe Lane Hits coming up at some point. Big Bulwark Totem for Sham as he got a Shield of Venus for Saya. So both of them are shielding up as much as possible. Sham backing up out of that situation, actually. He's got a Dawn Light burning through him decent bit by bit. Stone onto Saya. Does have a Trinket. Does he have a second totem to drop down? He does not. Big burst with a full Primordial Storm out for Sham. Does get hit with a blind Searing Glare to follow. Is going to be Saya trying to see if he can reverse the damage back towards Sham. But looks like both of them have stabilized. Saya on the recovery with a Dawn Light. Does get himself another Wake of Ashes. Sham getting super low. Could be in a lot of trouble. Does get himself a big Tempest. Looking for a heal. Is it enough? Does get taken out. And Saya does end up cleaving him down. I forgot, Chad, that this week was the week when Paladins got a buff towards Herald. I forgot that this was the week. I had to go back and look at the actual damage buffs for that playstyle. Like what got buffed up, what got changed up. Because I actually think this might be I think Saya might be cooking this week. I think Saya might actually be cooking. Red Pally back, maybe? Red Pally possibly back. Young does end up getting himself some flurries onto Saya. Full breath Poly. He doesn't have Spell Warding. He doesn't have anything. Maybe Lay on Hands, but does he have enough to live this year? Shield Event is barely keeping him rolling. Young still got himself lots of proc damage from a distance. Question is, does Saya have the Lay on Hands again? Bubble in 10. Or you just wait for 10 seconds until Bubble is back up. He's trying to see if he can get behind the pillar. Hand of Freedom is constantly being stolen. The Frost Demon is slowing him down. Lay on Hands is back in play though. Lay on Hands does come back in play. And it's going to be Young facing up against a Paladin who has himself an immunity. He's going to have to trade immunes here. Trying to go for a kick but doesn't connect. That is going to be a poly out for Young. Got himself a bit of range. Could technically go for a proper stun here. Is going to go for a repoly. Needs to go really quick for a proper burst go. But Saya with a blind stops some of the damage, but not all of it. Still has a bubble in case he needs to. So he's actually okay. He's actually perfectly fine. Young with an invis for a second. Does get hit with a stun. There's going to be a blink for him. For Saya, that is going to be at least a dot on the Young that's constantly ever so present. Try to see if you can make some procs happen. It's going to be a reversal on that health for the mage for a moment. Saya getting super low, does go for the bubble, looking to end them. That's going to be a block. Both of them are looking for recovery. Saya got a huge regenerating for him, so he's going to recover a ton of health. Young is going to get some health from a block, but not as much. Not as much as it could have. Dampening is reducing it, but also to reduce that healing by quite a bit. Like a while ago, I think. Ain't it? Saya, full stun. I think it's over for Young. Yeah, it is over. Man, full entire team actually KO'd, and only Plush is the last one left. He's got to find a way to break past the Pally. Bop is the only thing he's got. Trinket as well. This is going to be a tough one. I want to watch Plush squeak out a victory here. He's played Assassination. Actually might be the spec for this. Might be the spec for this, because I feel like the dot damage can be really good. Plus, you have poisons, you have bleeds. You can try spell warding poisons or bopping the bleeds, but like you still get another source of damage either way. Plush is trying to see if he can get himself a full reset. Bop and an eye picked up by Saya. He sees Plush either way. Just trying to see if he can live it. Hold on, is that just a KO? Stun? I think it's done. I think it's over. There's nothing you can do. Absolute full domination by the Paladino. Look at the... What about a healing this guy does to himself? Is he a ret or is he a holy spec? Oh my god. Hold on. That was some damage. Eloise over for the team one. Ready to go. We got this full gum lips. Rick coming back in. I like this. I like the how you got a little bit of that purple in your hair, a little bit of this purple gem, tentacles, all that stuff. That looks great. Is Young first up? No, Lips is going to be first up versus Plush. Immediate opener by the Rogue. I don't even know if it was like camo or anything for Lips. He does have his pet. He does immediately take a lot of damage. This guy's going to have to start using defenses instantly versus a Rogue. The Rogue just immediately just thrashing and crashing the guy. Trying to go for a bit of a manic advantage, but I think the blades or the plague damage from the mark is what's breaking it. Something broke it. Oh no, you know what it is the blades doing shadow damage, not bleed damage. So you can't even remove him, can he? Alright, wait, can he? Is it still a bleed that just does shadow damage? Because normally Manic Bandage removes bleeds. Maybe in a bad spot. Lips may be looking for a turtle shell. Does he even have one? He doesn't have anything. Oh! The damage he was doing to Plush though was nuts. Well, hold on a second. He was rampant. Young Maga does not want to let Plush out of his sight at all. Is gonna go for a trinket. Does he catch him? Quick sap. Oh my god, your health. Your health. Oh my god, that was so clutch. Holy. So happy Reds are not bad anymore. Didn't they buff Reds a little bit recently? Ares, dude, I actually have a lot of friends that play Red, and a lot of them were like, dude, why my class suck season 2, man? Why my class suck? I want my class be good. So I think it's nice just to get a change in the meta. I do agree with you on that. Like, not having AUG in Mythic Plus, for example, is amazing, right? I think changes in the meta are generally good, generally healthy. I don't want any class to just be completely like dumpster garbo, but yeah, I think meta changes are generally good. Only ones, bro, wait until Saya's back in, man. That's the problem. Wait until Saya comes back in. Saya pumps in that thing, and it's going to be Young Maga pumping. Plush is absolutely blasting it full of damage. Blaggy tried to see if he could potentially get himself a setup. Is going to be immediate immediate block out for Young Mago. I guess it is still immunity, right? How's it going? What's up, Mike? I know my man. Unity? Yes, I use Barrett. You're more than welcome to join us, man. More than welcome to join us. Theodore, hide my guy. It's going to be Young trying to see if he can back away from Blaggy. He does have himself invis. So that explosive shot does have some shields. Does it go for the big shields or the passive shields? Looks like passive. Looks like passive. Still able to break through him pretty quickly. Blaggy does go for a quick scatter. He's got him some massive head strike. What is that flanking strike? That is so much damage. Does that thing used to one shot too if it crit? Nutty. Blaggy does get himself in a decent spot though. Got himself traps latent out for Young Mago, who is trying to see if he can just get him by himself a little bit of breathing room. Does go for the quick breath to buy that breathing room with a Paladin follow. Got himself a bit of a setup with a Comet Storm. Does feign death and to reduce the damage. It's going to be a stone on the Ray. I think for Mago it's over. Yeah, that is rough. Rick gonna be up next as Blaggy does get locked out with an axe toss. Rick trying to see if he can push up. Does go for a port as the silence comes out with the chimeric poison. And it's gonna be short CC. Blaggy just trying to see if he can get away from all those pets as best as possible. Trying to focus in on to Rick as best as he can. But a Tyrant together with a greater Demon Dogger is gonna do a lot of damage. I think for Blaggy just over. It's rough, man. Once you don't have a turtle shell in survival, all you can do is stay aggressive or run. Yeah, that's all you can do. You got two options. Either stay super hyper aggro or run. And you do a lot of damage. I think you do enough damage in order to justify being aggressive. Leo's a Frost DK? Oh, I'm interested. Immediate knock by Rick. Does go for the port. Look at that setup. Look at those ports. He just got himself perfectly lined up with that mobility. But the knockback by Evoker is also really, really good too. That I think helped him a little bit. Gateway is set up. Does have some grippy hand. Big stun. Oh, Rick might just die here. Actually, Eloise might just die. Wait, Eloise, no. Eloise joins the fight. I don't think he meant to fight you. Wait, oh no, it's gonna be 2v1. He's gonna get teamed up. He's actually gonna team. Eloise has no idea what's going on. Rick does go down. First aid. Eloise, stop. Oh, he does kill Rick. He does kill Rick. I think Eloise figured out what's happening in the last second. Oh yeah. Yeah, Eloise, he wasn't trying to attack you. He was just trying to lock down and kill Rick. He wasn't trying to fight you. Eloise, if you need a second to catch up in heals, never mind. I guess they're just gonna go at it, yeah? I guess they're just gonna go at it. Man! Yeah, Eloise, he was not trying to just randomly gank you or anything, man. It's just the Frost DK AoE and the grippy hand, man. You just want to have a grippy hand just so you can get a free grip in case Rick tries to run away. Yeah, all good, Dragon. I appreciate you trying to explain to Eloise too. It's all good. Lee is definitely going to have to get himself a bit of a resetting them. What is this slow? Chain of Ice? Just the chain itself doing it. Trying to see if he can get a sigil around the corner. Does get himself some souls to pick up as well, so that's going to be a bit of healing. Leo got himself lots of damage unless Eloise walks out of it. They're just going to die. Does go for full immune. You can still grip him. You can yoink him back in. Does yoink him out of darkness? Still doing a bit of AoE damage? Oh, does get him some one quick obliterate at the end. Well done, well done. That is... I kind of, you know what? I kind of like the whole 2v1. I'm just glad that Leo didn't get clapped in a 2v1. You know what I mean? At the very least, he was able to score a kill. That is a lot of damage the Frost DKs can do, though, man. It is such a really cheesy gameplay with the way that they set up their Pillar of Frost or Remorseless Winter. I really wish there was two versions of Remorseless. One that was like the original stun version, and then the big AoE one for RBGs. I feel like that'll work just fine. Young does get locked down with a quick cheap shot for a second. Poly to follow. Fulgrim does get CC'd without a meld or restealth or anything. The Arcana Sphere by Young, so he's arcane this time around. Touch of the Magi. Look at shadows for Fulgrim. Young just need to wait this out a little longer. He doesn't have the Touch of the Magi anymore, but he got himself that altar. As long as he can get himself those nether precision hits onto Fulgrim with the splinters, he's actually going to be able to do a lot of damage. Big shifting power to get himself a bit of that reset. And Fulgrim looking for a reset of his own. Does have dots though. If you are playing the Spell Slinger Mage, you do have a little bit of those embedded splinters in the target, and they'll do some damage over time. It will make it a little harder for the rogue to reset if you continue getting the splinters into Fulgrim. Does go for a trinket. That is going to be a stun trinket break out of Young as well. So actually we're trading trinkets here right now. Arcana Sphere maybe connects. Oh, does sprint out of there. Arcane Orb is not going to connect either. Young does have eyes available on either side though. He does have blink, so at least he can disrupt the rogue's opener a little bit. But a quick cheap shot, step, cheap shot. I mean, it's going to lock it down again. Does pick up the eyes into immediate shadow strike. Cheap shot, blink available. Is going to be immediate cheap shot. Can't stop getting locked down for at least a second or two. There's going to be a lot of damage taken. The mage trying to go for a bit of the altar, but the dampening is not letting the altar do much. It's going to be big burst of the Young. Try to see if he can get himself a setup for Fulgrim. Lots of potential damage. Let's go for the advantage. Doesn't get hit with an Arcane Orb. It's going to be immediate block. Do you break out of it? You do. With missiles to follow. As long as you can get yourself that nether precision stacks consumed, you'll be golden. Evasion off of Fulgrim, which is not the worst. I guess magic damage, it does give you a bit of protection against magic damage too. Cheap shot, I don't know if you got a blink. Blink. Shield last second. Breath. Poly, no trinket, no outs. Young just needs to make sure he's got himself a big setup. The lockdown needs to be real. Got himself Evo. Get another Poly. Does not the yard. I felt like the animation for Polymorph did play through. Cheap shot is super short. He just needs a little damage. I think it's over for Fulgrim. Oh, does take him out. That was rough there. That was kind of rough. Liu picking up too. Liu winning his 1v2 in a way. Let's get another one going here, boys. Yeah, as long as we get 5 on either team, Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Dragon and Plush. Let me know when you boys are ready.